What's up, team? Lo-Fi Friday out on the patio. Sun's behind the clouds, but whatever. We got 3 guitars. This Martin, this is a 75 Gil D50 my mom gave me. Thanks, Mom. This is my hardest guitar to play just because the action's kind of high. Got to dig in. This is Yamaha Red Label. Amazing. Now, here's the thing. I'm going to drop the tunings. This one's tuned flat, okay, but I have a capo on the 4th fret. This one's tuned to open G, and I have a killer video with a bunch of chords I'll link at the end. This one's tuned to E flat minor major 7. That's actually, the Pumpkins, Smashing Pumpkins, played that tuning for the song Mayonnaise. So the goal of this video is just to get you to explore, have fun, not think. So we're gonna take all of our knowledge. Now this one, watch what I do. I just take some shapes and I move them around and I listen and I catalog sounds in my brain. So I go like this, okay? Kind of like that. Maybe I can move it up here. Kind of like that. Now if you notice, that's like a G major shape. And there's where I'd be playing like a G major if I were down with the capo off. Now, if you're not familiar with what a capo is, just real quick, for those of you that know, drop in the comments so you can maybe explain it better than me. See this white nut right here? Which is essentially right before our 1st fret begins. It's just like moving it up. So like think of this as the nut now. You know when you make like a bar chord? That's essentially what we're doing. So a lot of singers do it to put it in a key that's more comfortable for their singing. I just like to do it to explore. So also maybe arpeggiate. Let's just find some sounds. We're just hunting for sounds. Gotta throw my dog his ball. There you go. It's all part of the Lo-Fi Friday. Here we go. You know what? Maybe a killer song you write starts with this. See, that's all you gotta do. Just start moving shapes around. What if I took a shape like this, okay? Which if we were thinking in terms of standard tuning, okay? But don't think too much, just play. It would be like a B, like a B5 chord, okay? But we're not near where a B5 would be because we're capo, but we're thinking like that. Here we go. So you guys see that? So I want you to get a capo. These are not expensive. They're a little finicky with your tuning, so you might have to angle it. So for example, here's a song I do in my acoustic duet. Now, cover song, please don't come after me. I don't ever do covers like to a T, because I have to mix them up because I'm singing them. So you guys know this riff. Drop in the comments if you know what this is, okay? See, and then you can do little fun things like that, just throw in like your own little flavor to it. Okay, so you see, so just take a guitar in standard tuning, or if you're tuned flat, put a capo somewhere, and just start moving your fingers around with shapes you know, and see what kind of griffs and grooves you like that. So here we go. You're not worrying about anything. All you're doing is going for sounds. You know, another thing you could do too is take some of those cool triad shapes I've showed you, okay? Just see what you can come up with. So here's the reason why I know triads. This would be a major triad shape. Maybe I do this minor shape to a major shape to a So you'd be surprised. Just take a guitar like that, throw a capo on it, whether you're in standard or tuned flat, move your fingers around, use the shapes, use your rhythmic skills. That's what it's all about. Rhythm is king always. And hunt around. Okay. Go, dog. Fetch, fetch. Okay. So this one's tuned to open G. So essentially what I did is you take the strings and tune them all to a G major triad, which are the notes GBD. There's a little music theory on this beautiful Friday. So we're gonna take the E and tune it down to a D. We're gonna take the A and tune it to a G. And then we got D, G, B, leave those the same, and then we tune the high E to a D. So you've got, essentially like, think of yourself playing an open G chord, but now you're doing it with just open strings. So this is the same concept. To me, this is one of the they're all amazing and fun. So the tip of the iceberg, I will do many more on this, okay? But you just move your fingers around. So take one finger and go like this. I love that. Just remember how I said those open strings are key? Now I will say, you'll see me muting the low E, which is now tuned to a D, with my thumb a lot. And I think you guys can correct me if I'm wrong on this, but Keith Richards of the Rolling Stones, who would play a lot of open G tunings, would clip that 6th string, that low E, because it wasn't carrying the root note he wanted of the chord he was playing. That's my take on it. Okay, but anyways, watch. So you just jam. Just use your skills. See how killer that sounds? I'm gonna tell you this, open G is so fun to just tune your guitar to this. It's linked in the description, but look it up, burn it in your brain. It's just such a fun one to jam. And like, listen to all these cool, just start finding, taking shapes, okay? Okay, now when I see that shape right there, I think of like a major 7 shape, or excuse me, like a dominant 7 shape. But I just start moving it around. Get those really beefy low ends in there because you're tuned down. Okay, and at the very least, what you're getting too is you're just getting really good guitar practice, because sometimes I'm playing this, like this, these chord voicings, and I have all these ones linked at the end of this video with the charts, so if you want to really know what they are, check out the video. The video gets a lot of views. It's pretty old, but I need to update the charts, but they're still really good, okay? Sometimes I play it with my 2nd and 3rd fingers. Sometimes I play it with my 1st and 2nd. See that? So this actually was like a little riff to a song I was working on. So you guys know how good it feels when you're jamming, you're just flowing, you got a rhythmic flow going, you're in the pocket, you're in the groove, and you're just hunting for sounds, but you're not forcing it, okay? So just move your fingers around. Take one finger. Listen to how killer that goes. I could use one finger. I could chop off my other 3 fingers. Please don't, though. And just listen to this. You could do like a rhythmic thing and use one finger. See that? And now I'm shanking it up, but that's okay. That's part of what practice is, okay? You're flowing. This is the kind of woodshedding you got to do in order to get better on guitar. So open G, check that out. DGDGBD, okay? But definitely check out the video. I'll link at the end that has like 22, or I can't remember how many chords I did with charts in open G. That one still gets a ton of views every day, pretty much because it's, I think, in search. Now this one, okay, last one will get you on your way. E flat minor, major 7. Listen to this. Hopefully this Martin's holding it. These strings are really old. Now a lot of my guitars I have certain ways because for recording purposes. This one, the Martin, I kind of just like, you hear that? Listen to that. It's almost like a James Bondy sound. So essentially you've got an E flat minor triad. You got E flat, G flat, B flat. Okay, because an E flat major triad would be E flat, G, B flat. I know, it's a lot of very verbose, isn't it? Okay, go get the ball, doggy. Lo-Fi Friday, guys. Okay, so the 7 is this D. So the tuning for this, I'll drop this one for sure, is E flat. Now this one's got a really drony quality because these next 2 strings, the A and D, tune to B flat, B flat. So if you play them both, listen. So it has this beautiful drony sound. Remember how I said you really want to take advantage of the open strings when you do these tunings? You want to take advantage of open strings in all guitar playing. I think that's super neglected. We need to do a video on that. G flat, excuse me, yeah. Then we got G flat, right? B flat and D. So if you listen to it, now, I don't know, I never really learned this tune, but wait, to see. That song Mayonnaise by the Smashing Pumpkins, right? I got really curious about it, so I looked it up. This is the tuning that Eha was in. I don't think Billy was. Again, so I don't know what any of the chords are in here. Like let me prove my point. Ready? If I play an E major chord, let's play it. This should be good. This should really shock people, like especially if you're at a gig, right? As a joke. Let's play a 1-4-5 chord progression in the key of C using this tuning, and I'll just use the regular. So I'll play like a C, an F, and a G. Listen to this. Here's the C. Here's the F shape. Here's the G. Now, if you're into that, dissonance, then go for it, all right? Now, here's what I do. I'm gonna just move some shapes around again. So I really thought of this like this power chord shape, and I lift up. See that? You get that droniness in there. So watch. Okay, so there's that. Just move shapes around. Again, this one almost has like a happier sound. So again, that very familiar shape, which would be like a root major third shape. And again, if you don't know what that means, it's okay. Keep coming back here, I'll fill it in for you. Watch. Now, really, really important, okay, I have to point this out. I'm always going to point this out. Make sure you keep that rhythm train on the tracks. That is essential. Now, you're going to hack your way through stuff because you're exploring. That's what this is. We're woodshedding. We're cutting our teeth on this. Some of you guys have never touched an open or alternate tuning in your life, but hopefully this will inspire you to do so. And I've got so many good ones. And then we're going to write some songs and record them, and you can see. Okay, let's see what else. Oh, that's kind of wicked. Let's see. Oh, here, you know what? I always seem to go to this one. I just love that droniness. Listen, if I arpeggiate it. Okay, one thing I will point out to you too is when you tune your guitars to certain tunings, like if you really tune down, like I'm tuned down in this one, what happens too is sometimes you're gonna get a little buzzing. See here, listen to that. It's okay, just hack your way through it. Right now you're just hunting for sounds, and then you might need to set up your guitar if you wanna stay in that tuning, but it's okay. I don't usually do that. See, I just made that. It look. Okay, and the best thing about this, before we close this out, is when you do stuff like this, you're gonna sound like nobody but you. You're gonna start crafting your own sound, right? So think of some of the artists you love. Look up some of their tunings. I know Soundgarden played in a ton of different tunings, and so many bands do, and there's so many good ones, and I'm always just tuning my guitar to these weird tunings and coming up with riffs. When I started this channel, it was a million shorts. But see that right there? That's just a riff. Shank. See, but again, there's no shanks in this because you're just moving those shapes around. So I'm using, those are major triad shapes, minor triad shapes. See if this was, that kind of works too. These triad shapes on the E, A, D strings. That's kind of cool. It's like very dissonant, but you could start off a killer song with this. Okay, we've had enough fun. So you guys see my point? Take some of your guitars. If you only have one guitar, cool. Just take that one guitar, try open G. Get a Capo, move it up, put it way up there and see what you can come up with. Use those open strings, all right? So all these tunings are linked below. I'll make some videos. I need to start doing some more open tuning videos, and then we need to make some music. Always make music. But the thing I want to really point out about this is having fun. So go have fun with this. Create music. Drop in the comments. I want to hear how you do. Share with us. Drop a comment. I love interacting with you guys. Channel's growing super fast still. You guys are amazing. Don't stop, only you can stop you. Drop jellyfish or your favorite sea creature in the comments. And just keep going. I'll see you in the next video. Have a great weekend or whatever day it is, or wherever you are in the world. Just love life. Enjoy it. Peace.